It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Hello, y'all. That was my verse of the day this morning, this day. That verse is so meaningful and significant to me. And let me tell you why. Bro, a lot of people, they go to church, right? They go to church, but they look at the pastor as if the pastor's God. So say you go into church and you find out your pastor had an affair with somebody. And then you just stop going to church. Why you stop going to church? It's because you put in your confidence in your pastor, who is a man, and not trusting in God. I don't think that because your pastor messes up that you should stop going to church. I don't think that that's what should happen. If you stop going to that church, okay. But don't stop growing your relationship with God because your pastor messed up and he did this. Guys, men are human. I promise you, after your pastor take off his tie and his button up and his blazer and his suit, and after he stopped talking in his preacher voice, he gonna go home. He watching football with his family. He watching football with his wife. He got kids. Bro, he probably got to go to work the next day. Pastors are regular men. Some of them are called by God. Not all of them. Notice I didn't say all of them because not all of them are. There's some cricket pastors out here. But pastors are supposed to be people who have access to God and can receive what God is telling them to tell you, so you can receive that message. Okay, now look. For example, T.D. Jakes. I know the stuff they saying about what he did with Diddy is crazy. True, sure enough, it is. But now that's coming out. People like, T.D. Jakes this, T.D. Jakes that. Okay. What about before that stuff came out, when you was listening to his message and you was like, ooh, T.D. Jakes, he was preaching that word today. Ooh, he helping me get through this. Thank you, God, for T.D. Jakes. But soon as that stuff with him and Diddy come out, it's like, whoa, T.D. Jakes? Hold on. You see what I'm saying? Bro, we have to have grace with people. See, even in the Bible, Moses committed murder. He murdered that man, that Egyptian man, for beating that Hebrew. But God wasn't like, oh, Moses is a murderer. He can't lead my people out of slavery from Egypt to the promised land. Moses didn't even get to see the promised land, but that's not the point. He was called by God to do his work. David, the man after God's own heart, he committed adultery. But God wasn't like, oh, you see this man, David, committing adultery? I can't use him to be the king of Israel. And no. Even Paul, you know what Paul was doing? Paul was persecuting and killing Christians before he became who he was. But God changed him. See, God don't look at man from the outside. He looks at our heart. People will look at you from one mistake you do and forget all the other good stuff you did before that and all the good stuff you're going to do after it. They don't even want to be bothered with you. We can't be like that. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Psalms 118:8. Peace. God bless. Love y'all. Thanks for listening.